All right, this time last night we were watching very powerful Category 4 Hurricane Laura make its way towards the Louisiana coast. It finally made landfall at about 2 a.m. Eastern time, and it's now moving across parts of Arkansas, about to transition over to a tropical depression, so weakening rapidly. But landfall last night was a historic one, actually, for both Southwest Louisiana and for the United States. It puts it in some of the strongest landfalls we've ever seen from any hurricane in the U.S., and it puts it in the top 10 here. These are the landfalling hurricanes that have had winds of at least 150 miles an hour. We've got some big names on here. Camille, one of the most notorious names back in 1969 that affected the Mississippi Gulf Coast, and of course Andrew that affected Miami-Dade County, a good portion of South Florida back in 1992, and of course Charlie that affected our area back in 2004. Laura last night with winds of 150, making it into the top 10 there last year. And of course Michael back in the Panhandle a couple of years ago up around Panama City, Category 5 there. There's a look at Laura. Not much left to it. It doesn't have that well-defined circular look to it like it had last night. It was a hurricane, so it's transitioning over to a tropical depression, but it's still producing a lot of wind and also a lot of rainfall across sections of the Mid-South here for tonight. As of the 8 o'clock advisor, winds at 40 miles an hour. New advisor coming up at 11 o'clock. We may get a position update here in the next several minutes or so, but it looks like the next full advisor at 11 o'clock probably is going to drop this down to tropical depression status, but expected to affect parts of the mid-Atlantic and the Ohio Valley with some rain and wind here through the end of the week. We're watching a couple of more areas, believe it or not. We've got one tropical wave out here in the middle of the Atlantic, 20% chance of development over the next 2 days, 30% chance over the next 5 days. And we've got yet another wave that just came off the African coast near the Cabo Verde Islands, 30% chance of development over the next 5 days. The peak of hurricane season comes up in about 2 weeks, so we're starting to get into that crescendo part of the season before we start to tail things off heading into October and November. Had a few storms this